Hi, my name is Elle. Right now, I'm going to tell you about my hobbies. Well, to start off, I actually have a lot of hobbies, but since I don't have enough time to explain it all, I'm just going to mention some of it. So, the first one is actually an activity that I chose as my hobby recently, is reading. Reading is a very interesting thing to do when I'm bored. I've started liking reading since I'm in the mid of 7th grader. Before, I used to read comics such as Smurf, but then I prefer novels comic. I like the idea how we can imagine a situation or the action by our own self. It can increase my imagination and creativity. And the genres that I usually prefer are fantasy, romance, and mystery. I like something that is unique and has a lot of plot twists. I like a book that has an unpredictable storyline. Well, talking about it, I think Rick Riordan's book is very much to my liking. It has a very unique storyline, and it makes me curious about the occurrence that will happen next. I also like Someone Chinese book, Yan Marta, CNEMS, and J.R. Tolkien. So, move on to the next hobby. I have taken interest in listening to music. Some people say that music is life, and I, as music addict, totally agree on this statement. Music has been part of my life since the first time I heard it. I always listen to the music whenever I'm bored or when I need to calm my mind. The types of songs that I usually listen are pop, specifically on K-pop and Western pop, classic, jazz, R&B, and EDM. Also, I listen to K-pop most of the time. I think it's the most addicting type of song. And finally, the last hobby that I'm going to explain to you are writing and debating. I love literature. I like to write poems and stories. I usually write to express my feeling and use writing as a medium to deliver my opinion to others. I usually write poems about life, other people, or something meaningful for me. I usually like to pour my feeling into words. I write story. I really like to criticize too. That's my habit. That's why I usually debate with my sister at home. Debating has become my nature and it's my habit. I like to use my logic more than my feeling because it also helps me to gain my confidence. I usually debate and write using both language, English and Indonesia, but I use English most of the time so I can improve my knowledge of vocabulary. So that is all for my hobby. Thank you for your time and attention.